Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday evening. It is the Monday after Thanksgiving. It is the first Monday in December. It is the end of 2024. Look, we are on a countdown. You might as well say it's 2025. Hey, big sis, what's up, beautiful? How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Listen, who else has started their 2025 already? I started 2025 planning in November, okay? Like, I started all my goal writing. I started mapping out my plan. I'm already in 2025. I don't know about you. If any of you are waiting until January 1st, 2025, you will be so beyond behind the eight ball. Look, big sis, I know you already in 2025, so I don't have to worry. Look, I wanted to come on here today, and I want to send a shout out to my girl, April. My sister from another mister, my fellow Girl Hold My Hand community sister, because we had a great talk today. We caught up, and yeah, absolutely, you have to be, right, big sis? All right, but April and I talked today, and so our discussion is the inspiration behind what I wanted to talk about today. Because we talked about something that a lot of people feel like is so taboo. Yep, tagger. Thank you so much, April. I hope she jumps on. If she doesn't jump on, she'll definitely see the replay because she was my inspiration behind this. Because we were talking today, and one of the things that she mentioned was she's getting ready to make 2025 about April. And I said, you know what, you damn right. And here's the thing. A lot of times people, society, and sometimes we'll tell ourselves that we feel guilty about putting ourselves first. Okay? We feel guilty about making ourselves a priority. We feel guilty about making it all about us and being unapologetic about it. And people will try to tell you, well, that's really selfish. You know, you have to think about humanity and family and, you know, and Jesus always put other people before and, you know, and God and listen. Right. Big sis. No. Listen, you can't pour from an empty cup. How can you be something to everyone else? How can you be something to everybody else if you're not putting yourself first? If you're not caring for your health, your mental health, your physical health, your financial health, your spiritual health? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Shay. Hey, Mimi. What's up? What's up, sisters? Yes, absolutely. So when she told me that she was putting herself first, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we all need to do that. I think we all should do that. And it's not in a, I don't give a damn about anybody else. No, that's not what putting yourself first is. And that's what people would like you to, you know, they would like to accuse you of, you know, oh, if you're putting yourself first, that means you're telling everybody else that they don't matter. No. That's not at all what it is. It means I'm putting myself first because I love myself. I was uniquely, wonderfully created by God. I was put on this earth to do so much more. And how can I ignore God's vessel? How can I put myself last? How can I ignore my needs? How can I go without and then say that I'm here to help other people? That's not helpful. That's not helpful. Sacrificing your happiness and your good health, your mental state for somebody else, that's not of God. That's not what God was asking. No. You have to make sure that you are good. You have to make sure that you're in alignment with your spiritual creator. And what that means is you've got to eat right. That means you've got to take care of your physical health. You've got to exercise. You've got to stay hydrated. You've got to stay at peace. You got to protect your ear gates. You've got to get in the right environments. You got to make sure that you are taking care of home first. What is home? Right here. I got to take care of me first, okay? You got to, come on, Shay. Come on. You got to say no. One of the most freeing words in the English language and in any language, because no is universal. No. Seriously. When I started saying no, not just saying no, but saying no without explanation, saying no without guilt, saying no without reasoning. Yes, a complete sentence. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Like, that was so freeing to me. I used to be one of those people that would say no, but then feel like I have to explain. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be able to come through because I have this. Or no, I can't let you borrow the money because blah, blah, blah. Or no, I don't really feel comfortable because no is a complete sentence. Absolutely. You don't have to have a reason, and you don't have to explain your reason unless you want to explain your reason. And that needs to be something that you want to do because you feel compelled to do it, not because you feel like you have to say it in order to explain yourself. You got to go, big sis? All right, no problem. So I was really excited when when April and I were discussing this, and we were both, on the same accord, and we were both in agreement that, there doesn't need to be a reason why you don't want to do something. There doesn't need to be a reason why you're no longer feeling something, like, other than you don't want to do it. And putting yourself first, there is nothing selfish about that intention if it is all about the greater good for you. There's nothing selfish about that. Honestly, I feel like the most successful people learn that lesson, and that helped propel them to their success, because they realized that, like you just said earlier, Shay, you can't, or was it Mimi that said you can't, it was my sis Mimi, you can't pour from a half empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. Like, in order to be able to give, in order to be able to pour into other people, in order to be able to comfort and provide, you have to have something, right? If you are beat down with worry and stress, you holding on to your last dollar because you've given your dollar to everybody else, and now you're mad and bitter that you've given that money away and you don't have anything to give for yourself, well, that's your fault. You can't blame anybody else because you didn't have to give it to people. I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, and he was telling me about another one of our coworkers who was saying that, he feels so obligated to his family because every time he gets money, he's obligated to give them money because they're asking him, hey, we need money for this. Hey, give us money for this, give us money for that. And the first thing I asked my coworkers, I said, well, how does his family know when he got money? Who's telling them that he has money? How do they know at the time when he gets a lump sum of money, unless he's giving them that information? Don't blame your family. They're not forcing you to give them money. You're giving them the information that you have money. then you are allowing them to get the money by saying yes instead of just saying no. I'm not responsible for anyone in my family except my children, and I don't have any children. I have a son. He is a grown man, and I did everything I was responsible for doing. I helped raise a young man. I provided, I nurtured, I cared, loved for, still love and care for, but I no longer am obligated to do anything for him financially. He is a grown adult. So children, absolutely, you are financially responsible for them, but anyone else in your family, no. No, you are not. No, you are not. Not if you don't have your stuff together. You need to have your stuff together first. Don't set out on some crusade because you feel like, oh, well, because this is my family member, I got to take care of them. Take care of home first. Home is right here. Take care of yourself first. Don't go missing a bill, okay? Don't go missing rent, not buying groceries, skipping payments because you feel obligated to help your family members because they weren't responsible enough to take care of themselves. You are not responsible for grown people. Look, I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to y'all. Because in our culture, in a lot of cultures, but I can definitely say in Black culture, we have this feeling like, hey, we're responsible for, our parents. We're responsible for our grandparents, or whatever. If our parents aren't able to, like, we feel responsible for our family members if we got it. No, you don't. Even when you got it, you're not responsible. Okay? Yes, you can help. You can help, but they also have to be willing to help themselves. My nose feel better when I put hell in front of it. Is this bad? Is this bad chat? Oh my goodness. I don't know that it's bad. I think it really depends on what they're asking for. Sometimes I think a hell no is appropriate. You know what I mean? Every now and then, I think you gotta say hell no, because people ask you something that is like, how could you even ask me that? What do you mean? But, I'm really over the, sentiment that, that it's especially women, like we have to sacrifice, we have to give, we have to explain ourselves, we have to, put everyone's needs before our own. No, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. We've made that something that we do, right? And then when it gets to be too much, now we're upset because it's expected of us, but we set that precedent. Okay? We set that precedent. How? By continuously saying yes. How? By continuing to give and not saying, okay, this is the last time. Or, yeah, I'm going to give, but you're going to have to give this in exchange. Or, yes, my giving comes with a condition. If I let you borrow this amount of money, it has to be paid back by this time. And if it's not paid back by this time, you won't be able to borrow it again. Or, hey, I can help you out in this instance, but I'm going to need you, in the future, don't come to me at the last minute, or don't come to me like this unless you have done this and this and this. Or, hey, yes, I can let you hold something, blah, 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 but let me show you how in the future, let's get you set up on something where you don't have to come to anyone else and borrow money. Like, here's the thing. What always gets me is, if someone is constantly asking you to borrow money and then you show them, hey, Here's an opportunity for you to get more. Here's an opportunity for you to make some money. Hey, fall in line with what I'm doing. But then they want to say, oh no, I don't want to do that. That sounds scammy. Hey, Lydia, what's going on? AP, what's up, beautiful? Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. How can you come to another person? How can you ask another person to, to give you money or loan you money? And then when they say, well, look, I know you're struggling. Here's what I've been doing. This is how I've been able to have extra income. Why don't you get on board with me? Why don't you do this? And then they try to get real particular and real funny acting. And all of a sudden they get real bougie about what they will and won't do. Well, honey, if you bougie, you need to be bougie when it comes to asking me for money, right? That's all I'm saying. So yes, Lydia. I mean, like, I as a rule, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't loan money out anymore. And, one of the reasons why I don't loan money out anymore, quite honestly, is because I don't like playing bill collector. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I allow you to borrow money and we stipulate when it's going to be returned, I don't need you to then totally miss the due date. And now I got to come behind you and be like, hey, you were supposed to, because you knew when you owed that money. I mean, when you asked for it, you said you would pay it at this time, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, and unfortunately, money or the disrespect of the money can cause fractures in your relationships with family members and with friends. And, and that's just not cool. That's just not cool. Yeah, exactly, Lydia. It's not cool. It can be a bit much. And it's like, I don't need that stress, right? Nobody wants that stress. Just saying no to doing things that you used to do that you're like, you know what? I've outgrown that. That's another thing that I have no problem saying no to anymore. Like, I'm one of those people that if something makes me feel uncomfortable, like I no longer feel like, this isn't a good vibe. This isn't good energy. We're not in the right. It's not a good environment. There's no growth here. It's just the same thing. Your talk is negative. Look, even if you family member, I love you, but I'm going to limit my time with you. Or I'm just really not going to be around you that much at all. Not especially not now. Like for those of us who are on the other side of 40, come on now. Now listen, I got a whole lot more life to live. Don't get it twisted. I definitely do. I got a lot more life to live, right? But I'm going to focus more on my happiness, my peace, my purpose, my love, my joy. And it's no slight against anybody. It's just, hey, this is the avenue that I'm taking right now. This is the journey that I'm on. And, maybe one day our paths will align again. Maybe not. I can love you from afar, but I'm not going to put myself in a position anymore where I feel like, hey, just because, we're family or just because, we've been friends for so long, I'm going to continue to do something that doesn't feel right to me, right? That doesn't feel right to me. Like, if it doesn't feel right anymore, like, don't question it. This life is so precious. This life is so precious. Okay. Like, I think about how quickly time is going, how it's now December 2nd, 2024. And time, like, I still remember what I was doing New Year's Eve, 2023. like it was just yesterday. Like it literally was 11 months ago, but it feels like it was like a couple of weeks ago. 2024 has come and gone. Like it's here like that and gone. And basically we're in 2025 now. Like you really got to think we're 2025. And think about the people who you thought would still be here in 2024 with you. Some people have gone a lot earlier than what you ever would have thought. Friends, family members, for whatever reason, only God knows. You know what I mean? It's no one likes to talk about it, but we got to talk about it, you guys. We got to talk about it. Like, don't waste this time that you have on earth being unhappy. Don't waste this time that you have on earth being stuck in a relationship, a friendship, a job, or anything that makes you feel miserable. Like we got too much going. We've got too much going for ourselves to be like that. It's people out here living life and living life to the fullest. It's people out here traveling where they want to travel. It's people out here buying homes, their dream homes, their dream cars, shopping. There's people out here spending time with their loved ones, with their friends. There's people out here who are financially free. They're free in their mind. They're free in their bodies. Okay? They're doing what it is that they want to do. There's no reason why we all can't live that kind of life. Like no one told you, who told you to be a martyr? Who told you that you needed to, to suffer? Who told you that you had to work a 9-to-5 job till you were in your 60s or 70s and then try to live off of Social Security, which ain't nothing? Like, nobody told you you had to do that. I mean, that's the, that's the thing they want to, give us or whatever. But with all the technology today, with all the information, with all the books that we're reading, with all the thought leaders and all the, audio books that we have access to, we all know that that's fake. That's a farce. That's not true. We don't have to live like that unless you want to. Some people don't mind working for, a company or for somebody else. They're perfectly fine with that. And that's okay, because we definitely need, companies need employees, right? But for those of us who want more, who believe in more, who know that, God promised a life of abundance. He said you're going to live life and live it abundantly. Like if you believe that, then act like it. Act like it. Just know that it's out there for all of us. And it's more than enough, right? There's no shortfall of money and abundance for any of us if that's what you want. There's plenty of it out there for everybody. There's a lot of millionaires out there, but there's not a bunch of billionaires out there. Who wants to be one of the few billionaires that there are in the world? I know I do. I know I do. And one thing I definitely know about multimillionaires and billionaires is they focus on themselves first. They work on themselves harder than they work on anything else first, okay? That's right. You with me, Lydia? Absolutely, AP. Like, we can do this. We got this. We are doing it. Okay? So, look, that's my feelings tonight. I wanted to talk about that again. Thank you to my sis, April, for being the catalyst and the inspiration for today's live. So I'm so proud of you, April. I know you'll probably be watching this on the replay. I'm so proud of you for making that decision. And I'm totally 100% behind you, sis. Like, it's all about you. Okay? You have to feel like it's all about you, because it's all about Shay right now. It's all about Shay, unapologetically, unequivocally, okay? It's all about Shay. I've got to get it. I've got to get it because it's in me. It's in me to prosper. It's in me to be abundant. It's in me to show my family that, this is how we are supposed to live. We're not supposed to struggle. We're not supposed to be in poor health. I believe it is an abomination to God to not take care of your health, to not take care of your temple. Okay? When you're eating poorly, when you're doing drugs, when you're drinking in excess, when you're not working out, when you're not, going to the doctor, that's basically saying to God, I don't care about this beautiful temple that you gave me. That's an abomination. That's how you have to look at it. Okay? When you eat foods that are bad for you, that's an abomination. Okay? Eating fast food and junk food and processed, that's an abomination. And that's how you have to look at it. Like, I'm not taking care of God's temple, because we are all wonderfully and uniquely made in God's image and likeness. So if we honestly believe that, this is just for the believers out there. If you're not the believer, hey, whatever, you on my live, okay? This is what I'm saying. If you're not a believer, whatever. I believe that I was uniquely and wonderfully made in God's image and likeness. Therefore, I need to take care of all of this. I got to take care of my head space. I got to take care of my spiritual health. Okay, which means in the morning when I wake up, I'm thanking God. I'm grateful to God. I'm telling God, whatever it is you need me to do today, Lord, tell me what it is that you need me to do. Direct my steps. Put the right people in my path. Okay, I got to make sure that I'm drinking water. I'm staying hydrated. I got to make sure that I'm eating the right foods. I got to make sure that I'm cleansing and detoxing. Okay, getting the toxins out of my body, because toxins are all around us. Okay, toxins are in the foods, in some of the foods that we eat. All right, toxins are in the environment. Toxins are in situations, in stressful situations. Do you know when you put yourself, you can have like toxic conversation and it can affect your mental and physical health? It absolutely can. Things that you listen to, things that you're watching. That's why you have to be so careful about what you watch on TV. If you're watching TV, I don't really watch TV, but I do a lot of YouTube. I'm a YouTube University graduate. I love YouTube, okay? And I make sure that I'm listening to powerful people like Stormy Wellington, the visionary behind the Girl Hold My Hand community. I'm listening to her because why? She is one of the people who invested in herself and continues to invest in herself by, listening to other thought leaders, making sure that she's in the right environment. She's getting in the rooms with people who are more successful than her. Why? Because she's putting herself first. She loves herself enough to know, hey, I got to do what it takes to stay at optimum health at all times. All right. So I'm listening to people like a Stormy Wellington. I listen to people like Sarah Jakes Roberts. Okay. I listen to people like a Miles Monroe, Les Brown, Terry Savelle Foy. I just started listening to this young lady. Powerful person. Jim Rohn. I still listen to Jim Rohn. I love Jim Rohn. Okay. I'm listening to things about, things as far as business. I'm listening to the leaders in my company about how to build a business, how to build teams, how to have massive success. Like, those are the things that I'm watching on YouTube. And those are the audio books that I'm listening to right now. Oh gosh, what audio book am I listening to right now? It's just like on the tip of my tongue. I'll put it down here for you guys. I'll put it in the comments. But what I'm listening to right now, and I absolutely love it. And, and I'm making sure that even when I'm in my car, I'm listening to something that's feeding my mind. that's feeding my mind with success and self-development and encouragement. I'm not, someone asked me the other day, like, oh, did you hear about this that Biden did? Did you hear about this that Trump said? No, I didn't. I sure didn't. That's really not important to me. Why? Because right now I'm on a mission. And they can't help me get to multimillionaire, billionaire status. No, that's, And honestly, if it's something truly, truly important, somebody will tell me about it. I don't need to be, on CNN or Fox or, MSNBC to hear about it. I'm not interested in all of that. Okay. So I'm putting myself first. I encourage you all to do the same. Have a smoothie, catch a movie vibe. Oh, yep, like that. Thank you. Is it Zukan? Zukan Beats? Thank you so much. I'm glad you were able to stay on. Thank you for participating. So, listen, enjoy audiobook. All Shay, every Shay. That's cute. I ought to create an ebook. All Shay, every Shay. Absolutely. I am going to go and finish my dinner. I'm having tortilla soup and brown rice. Organic brown jasmine rice. That's what I'm having for dinner. Something really light, but hot and feeling warm. Because it's so cold outside. Oh my goodness. All right. AP, thanks for jumping on, staying on. Blessings and abundance to everybody. Make sure that you are following me here on IG at ShayHope_. And Shay is spelled SHAY. Hope, HOPE _. I'm also at The Hope Strategist 2019 on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, Shay Hope. And I'm also on TikTok at The Hope Strategist. For those of you who are looking to improve your finances, get out of debt, become financially independent, I am actively building in this area and honestly all across the country. And I can help you put a financial game plan together, okay? And this would be a great way to start out your 2025. If you'd like a complimentary financial needs analysis, please send me a DM, or you can call or text 786-269-2601. And I can set up a financial needs analysis for you so that we can find out your financial independence number. Do you know your financial independence number? What is a financial independence number? I'm so glad you asked. Financial independence number is the amount of money you would need to live the rest of your life without having to ever go back to work. Okay? Not having to work anymore, but this is the number. This is the amount of money that it would take for you to be financially free, not have to go back to work again. All right. My mission is to help 100 families become financially free and debt free by making 6 to 7 figures. And I know people who are living like this, y'all. There's no reason why we can't have it. It's time out for saying what we can't afford, what we need to wait and save for. Oh, one day I'll be able to, buy my dream home. One day I'll be okay. Well, there is no such day as one day on the calendar. I know Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I know dates, but I don't know any day that's called one day. So let's get rid of one day and let's make it the day that we want. Okay. All right, everyone. Blessings and abundance. Put yourself first. It's not selfish, baby. It's mandatory. It's biblical. It's essential. It's necessary. It's your God-given birthright. Good night, everyone.